Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له. Alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us to come together here and offer our Jumu'ah prayer. I want to share with you a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whenever I read this hadith, I find inspiration, motivation from this hadith. I find guidance in this hadith. Whenever I'm traveling in different countries, I share this hadith in various programs. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam tells us that inna mathal al-mu'min kamathal al-nahla akalat tayyiban wa wada'at tayyiban wa wada'at falam tuksir wa lam tufsid. So the Prophet ﷺ is giving us an analogy by saying, Inna mathal al-mu'min, that surely, mathal al-mu'min ka mathal al-nahla, that a believer is like a bee. So the bees that we see flying around. So the Prophet ﷺ is saying, Inna mathal al-mu'min ka mathal al-nahla, that a believer is like a bee. Akalat tayyiban, eats the bee or the bees, they eat from pure things. وَوَضَعَتْ طَيِّبًا, and when they lay, that which is again pure. When they procreate, again which is pure, or when they produce, it is pure. وَوَقَعَتْ فَلَمْ تُكْسِرْ وَلَمْ تُفْسِدْ, and when they land somewhere, they don't break it. وَلَمْ تُفْسِدْ, and they don't destroy it. So hadith is very straightforward, very simple. The Prophet ﷺ is encouraging us to become like a bee. The akalat tayyiban, when they eat from pure things. وَوَضَعَتْ tayyiban, when they produce, or when they lay, they lay that which is pure. We know that honey comes from the bees. وَوَقَعَتْ, when they land somewhere, فَلَمْ تُكْسِرْ وَلَمْ تُفْسِدْ, they don't break it, they don't destroy it. And this also goes along with another hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, whereby the Prophet ﷺ says, خَيْرُ النَّاسِ أَنْفَعُهُمْ لِلنَّاسِ, the best of people are the people who are most beneficial to people. So if we become like bees and if we land anywhere, in other words, in our case, let's say if we come and gather here, we reside in this locality, we have kind of come from elsewhere, we've landed here, or we have bought and we have moved here in this locality, that we shouldn't break anything and we shouldn't damage anything. Now of course, bees are different, and we human beings are also different, that we shouldn't become cause of destruction in a society. Now, the other hadith is saying that the Prophet ﷺ is saying that we should become the most beneficial people. And through becoming most beneficial people, we become the best of people, that we benefit others. So if we want to benefit others, we need to do three things. And inshallah, if we remember those three things, then we are on the way to become beneficial people and do good for the society. Number one, we need al-hadaf. Number two, we need al-himma. And number three, we need al-wasila. So the hadaf is our objective. Is very important before we do anything, that we just set our objective. And the objective is nothing but ibtigha'a mardatillah, to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever we do, wherever we are, that should be our prime objective. And Allah says, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. Allah talks about certain people There are millions of people, but among those people, there are certain people, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ, from among the people, مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ, that they devote themselves, they sacrifice their life. In other words, they do everything in their life, ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ, to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other words, to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala happy. So when they work, when they conduct in their family life, when they look after their family, when they study, when they pray, whatever good things, whatever they do in their life, only for one reason, ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ, to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is why, number one point that we need to put into perspective and make sure that our objective is clear in anything, whatever we do in our life, al-hadaf, that is to attain the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Secondly, if we want to do good things in this society, if we want to do well in our life, if we want to become successful in this world and in the hereafter, then we need al-himma. That is the determination. Just having a good objective is not good enough. With the good objective, we must be determined. We must be ready to achieve that. We must be ready to deliver that. So al-himma is very important in our life, that we should become determined. And may Allah bless this community that you are all working towards establishing a masjid in this locality. And that will come with that objective. There is no other objective, that through establishing the mosque, we please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And in order for us to do that, we all become collectively determined. A small help, a small move, a small task will take far. So everyone contributing in different ways, let us come together and materialize that higher objective which will make us become successful in both worlds. Now that leads to my third point. And the third point is al-wasila. If we want to achieve anything, if we want to do anything in life, we need the means. We need the vehicle. Without the wasila, we can't achieve anything. And again, I want to link here the wasila of course, there are many wasila in our life, to do good things in our life, to become successful in our life. We need our parents. We need our family. Because our parents, our families, our siblings, they're all part of the wasila. They help us to do well in our life. They help us to become successful in both lives. Our schools, our teachers, they're also part of wasila. They help us to do well in our life. Okay, and then even our community, when we work together, when we work collectively, we also become as community the wasila for the other people within the community. Because our presence will remove anything wrong, any wrongdoings. So the community also becomes an wasila. And in particular, I would say that in a community, wherever there is a mosque, that becomes the hub. That becomes the wasila, that becomes the vehicle, that becomes the means for us to attain success in both worlds. So therefore, individually, if we take the example of the bee, of course there is also a health guidance there, that they eat pure things. If we eat pure things, we become healthy. And not only that, we also kind of produce all good things in our life. Okay, and wherever we are, our presence is a good presence. Now, if we take those 3 points, al-hadaf, set the objective, al-himma, determination, and al-wasila, means, and means are countless. It's like grabbing the opportunities. When you find an opportunity to do good, to do well, grab it and be part of that. This is, in a way, making a plan for ourselves. An individual plan, a collective plan. And they say that no plan is a plan to fail. If we don't have any plan, then this in itself is a plan to fail. So therefore we can't afford to fail without making a plan in our life. So let us make a plan. And these are very simple things. Okay, by making a plan, we shall become successful. If we don't have a plan, this in itself is a plan to fail. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدٍ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressing you and me. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اتَّقُوا اللَّهَ. And Allah is saying that we should fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when Allah says ittaqillah, it's not only fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is about being mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is about being conscious about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wattaqullah. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullah wal tanzur nafsum ma qaddamat lighad. Every one of us, we should look forward. That what are we investing for tomorrow, lighad? What are we sending forth for tomorrow? What are we investing for tomorrow? And that tomorrow is not Saturday. It is the hereafter. Yes, tomorrow is tomorrow, and next week is tomorrow, next month is again part of tomorrow. But Allah is referring to the ultimate tomorrow. That is the day of judgment, the life hereafter death. وَلْتَنْظُرَ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدٍ. What are we investing for tomorrow? وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. Again Allah says, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ. Fear Allah. Be mindful of Allah. إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He gives us the tawfiq, that we are focused in our life and we can do good things in our life so that we become successful in both worlds. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم أجمعين ولجميع